Hi guys, so in this video we will be solving this problem accounts merge. Okay, so first let's understand the problem. So in the problem we will be given an array of strings like this is given over here. What we have to do is that this represents some accounts. We have to merge the accounts and again return an array of strings only. Again in the same format we have to return. But how we have to merge? Let's first understand that. So here each account, if you see, each account has a name like John, followed by some emails like John Smith at the rate some at mail.com, and John New York at the rate mail.com, something like this. John New York at the rate mail.com. Again, there is one more John. Okay, so there are multiple accounts. It is we have to merge means some accounts, like some accounts can be merged. How they can be merged is that if we check two accounts, like let me write the emails over here also. Here it is also John Smith at the rate something and John 00 at the rate something is over here. Okay, so it is saying that if in two accounts there is a common email, then both of these accounts belong to the same person and we have to merge these accounts. If we see here John Smith and here John Smith, these two emails are same. This John New York and John 00, these two emails are not same. Still, if there is only one common element also between two accounts, then it implies that both of these accounts are same, that is this account and this account is same. So what we have to do is that we have to merge these two accounts into a single account. So this will get converted into something like this: John Smith at the rate mail.com, John New York at the rate mail.com, and John 00 at the rate mail.com, something like this. This will get converted to something like this since we have merged these two accounts. Okay, so we have to merge one or multiple accounts on this particular criteria. Okay, another thing is that if two accounts have same name, let's suppose this one and this one, John, and this is also John, this is Johnny Bravo, and this one is what, John Smith and John 00 at the rate something.com. Even if the names are same, here what we are seeing, the names are same, but the emails are different, so we cannot merge these two accounts. Even if the names are same but the emails are, even a single email is not common, then these two accounts are not same. So in this particular case we have to not merge the accounts. So we have to merge accounts only if at least there is one common email between two accounts. Okay, so we have to merge, and then what we have to do after merging, again we have to return this in the same format. Like first what we have to do, we have to return an array of strings. Okay, and the format will be same, that first there will be the account holder name like John, followed by all of his emails, that is John Smith, John New York, and we saw that John 00 will also be same, so John 00 will also be present over there. But here there is a thing that while returning we have to short it, like we have to return the emails in a shorted array. Let's suppose if input was something like this, there is a person named P, or assume there is a person, it has emails ABC XYZ, the same, we have same person again. This time the person has emails DEF ABC. When we'll check these two emails, what we will see, that there is a common email, that means these two persons are same. So what we will do, we'll merge the emails. So we'll merge something like this: ABC XYZ and DEF. And if we return our answer something like this: person ABC XYZ and DEF, then it is wrong since these mails are not sorted. While returning, what we have to do, ensure that the mails are in the sorted order. Okay, so this is something we need to ensure. So what we will do, before returning we will sort this. Okay, so we have to return it in the sorted order. So it should be something like this: ABC followed by DEF, then XYZ. If we return it like this, then it is correct. Okay, so this is all about the problem. So we have to merge some accounts, and finally merging we have to return in the same format, that is account holder name followed by his emails, but email should be in sorted order. So this was for the problem. Now let's understand like how can we solve this particular problem. Okay, so what we can see is that for each person like John, these two emails for sure belong to this particular person, because these are written in front of his name. So these two emails are for sure of this particular person. There can be other means other emails also which belong to the same person, that is there can be other accounts also which also belongs to the same person, but let's not think about that. What we can be sure is that whatever email is written in front of a person means belongs to that person only. If there are three emails written in front of a person, then those three emails are for sure belonging to this particular person only. That is, these three are a common are a group of elements. These belong to a similar person. Okay. So what I'm meaning by it is, what I'm saying that this John Smith at the rate mail.com and this John New York belong to the same means belong to same John. So what will happen is John Smith and John New York point to point to this John Smith, that we are belonging to the same group of person. Okay. Now what we are saying is that we'll move on to the next person. Again there is John Smith and John 00. These are pointing to John 00 at the rate mail.com. John 00 will point to John Smith, that we are belonging to the same group of person. Okay. But what we are saying, John Smith and John New York are already belonging to the same group of person, means they are in the same group. So what we can say from over here is that John 00 is pointing to John Smith, and John Smith and John New York are already means in the same group. So we can say that John Smith is also John 00 is also belonging to the same group. Means what we can do is that instead of making a new group, we can simply make a point John 00 at the rate mail.com is also belonging to the same group, because there is a common element. Like, what we have to do is that we have to group on the basis of common email, right? So we are making groups on the common email. That John Smith, if John Smith is a John 00 is pointing to John Smith, and John New York is also pointing to John Smith, there is a common element. John Smith is the common element, and what we have to do is with that we have to group on the basis of common elements, means all the common elements belong to a same group. So what does it implies? That John 00 also belongs to the same group. So instead of making a new group, John 00 will start pointing to the same group. Okay. So for grouping, what we can do, we usually do for grouping, we'll be using disjoint set union data structure to maintain this particular grouping. Okay. And for DSU, what we generally do, we maintain a parent array, right? We maintain parent array something like this, and rank array. For this we need indexing. Okay. So but here what we have strings. So how can we convert, like use it over here? So what we will do is that we'll assign a unique ID. Like what we are seeing is that emails can be repeated. John Smith is repeated 2 times over here. Similarly, emails can be repeated multiple times. So what we will do is that we'll assign a unique ID to each email. Like we'll assign a unique ID 0 to John Smith. John New York will assign a new unique ID 1. Again, we are saying we are John Smith, so same ID will be given. For John 00, we'll give a new unique ID. So we'll assign each particular email a unique ID. John 00, John New York will have a one unique ID, and on the basis of this unique ID, what we will do, we will perform disjoint set union, and we will make a group. Okay, so finally a group will be made. So after, what will happen is that after assigning unique IDs and making the group, a structure of groups will be formed, something like this. There will be a Mary at the rate mail.com, something like this, with some ID. Let's suppose the ID over here is what, 3. There will be another group for this Johnny Bravo at the rate mail.com with some unique ID 4. Since there are no more emails in this group, so these guys will be single. So what will happen is that after making this group, what I will do is that one by one I will traverse on all the unique email ID. Let's suppose there are some unique, let's write the unique IDs. So there is John Smith is a unique ID. John Smith at the rate mail.com is a unique ID. John 00 at the rate mail.com is a unique ID. John New York is a unique ID. Mary is a unique ID, and Johnny Bravo is a unique ID. Okay, Johnny Bravo is a unique ID. So what will happen is that one by one I will travel on all the unique IDs. I will ask to John Smith, who means to which particular group do you belong. So John Smith says that I belong to group 0. So okay, I will say okay, you go, and I will add John Smith in I will maintain a data structure, and in front of the group number I will add what? I will add John Smith. Okay, then I will ask to Johnny 002 which group you belong. John 00 says I belong to group 0. So John 00 will also be added over here. Okay, then I will ask to John New York to which group you belong. John New York says I also belong to group 0. So John 00, sorry, John New York will also be added over here. Okay, now I will ask to Mary. Mary says I belong to group 3. So Mary will be added to group 3. I ask to Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo says I belong to group 4. So Johnny Bravo will be added over here in this particular group. Now what I am seeing, I am getting all the means all the group of IDs which belong together. Okay, now what I have to do is that I will find means what is the name of this zero guy. So I will get zero guy is what? John. So what I will do, I will add John over here. In front of 3 I will add Mary. In front of 4 I will, in front of 4 Johnny Bravo I will add again John. Then what I have to do is that I have to sort this particular part, add it into, I will maintain, I will make another array of array. I will sort this part, add this whole thing inside this array, and simply return it. Okay, so this is what we have to do, and I will be able to means complete the task. So this is what we are going to do, and this is what the solution for this problem is. So what we will do now is that we will move on to the coding part, and we'll try to code this problem. Yeah, there will be like thing which I need to explain while coding. So we'll again come back to this open board, and I will explain you the things while along with the coding. Okay, so for now let's move on to the coding part, and whatever we have understood, let's try to implement it. Okay, so now let's try to code this. So as just now we discussed, so what we will be doing is that we will be using design set first to make these groups. So but for making these groups first we have to like assign these unique IDs and all that stuff. So let's one by one do. Let's first make a parent array and rank array that we will be using for design set union. Rank of 1 to the number of that the value of n will be some in the range of 10 to the power 4. So we are adding 10 to the power 4 plus 5 for rank of each element will be what? Initially 1. And let's make a parent array of the same size. Okay, initially parent of every element is element itself. So let's do that for integer 0. I is less than parent dot size plus I, parent of I equals to I. Okay, before making these groups, what we need to do, we need to assign unique IDs to all the emails. So how are we going to do that? Is that what we can do, we will traverse on all the emails and we will assign a unique ID to it, but we need to remember it also. So for that what I'm going to do is that we can use an unordered map. Okay, in C++ we can use an unordered map of what? String comma integer. We can use something like this to assign a unique ID to each email, and I will be able to remember it also. With what will happen, I will assign unique ID 0 to John Smith 002 or John 00, or assign a unique ID 2 to John 0 dot John 00, and I will be able to remember it also. So let's use an unordered map for it. So unordered map of string comma integer map 1. What is this? It is email to unique ID. Okay, for that, for unique ID, let's make a variable unique ID equals to 0. Okay, and as discussed, like we'll be using later on, like I need all these unique email IDs, all that unique IDs, and I also need something like this structure that 0 belongs to what person, that is name, this email represents what person. I need something like this. So for that also I'll be doing is right now while pre-processing I will make another unordered map, another unordered map of what? String comma string. I can use this. Will store what? This will store that what name a particular email ID is. That if I will ask John Smith, then it will tell us that John Smith. If I will ask John Smith at the rate mail.com, so it will tell us that this particular email ID belongs to this John. Since I will be using this over here also and in conversion part also, so let's make this part, this processing part also. Let's do this right now only. So we'll be making another unordered map of string comma string map to. What it does is that what it does, why we are using this, that is email to name. Email to name, it gives us that. Okay, now let's do the processing part. For that, what we are doing is we'll one by one traverse the means each group, and these group of people must belong to the same means same category. These belong to under a same group. So what we are doing, for vector of string, let's traverse account in accounts. Okay, first yeah, so one by one let's make string. First what we will get is that we'll get all the elements, but first one is a name and rest are what emails. So we need to assign unique values to emails, not the name. So we need to separate the name. So for that, what we will do, string name equals to this, and for string email in account. Okay, first one is name, rest of all are email. So I will check if name equals to empty, then this means is what, this particular one is name containing, and rest also are what, emails. So other elements are emails. So let's give it a unique id. So if map1 dot find of email is double equals to map1 dot end, then this means this particular email we are encountering it for the first time. So let's give it a unique id equals to unique id plus plus. Else what we are doing, map2 of email equals to name. In front of map2, in front of each email we are assigning what is the name for that particular email. Like John Smith is for John New York is for John. Since we are going to use this later, so I am maintaining this right now only. Okay, so after this what we have to do, we have to merge. So for merging, what I am going to do is that I know that John Smith and John New York should belong to the same group. If there are more names over here, so what I will check, John Smith and this particular guy also belongs to the same group. This particular guy and John Smith also belongs to the same group, because they are in what, same group. So I will compare each one with the first email, and they should belong to the same group. Okay, so what I will do, let's make string name1 equals to what, this account of one will give me what, John, first person name. Okay, and let's get integer id1 equals to map1 of what, map1 of name1. What is the id for this particular email? Now let's make integer id2 will be what, map1 of that is current email. Now these two should belong to the same group. If they are not belonging to the same group, then we'll merge them. So let's find leader of x is equal to find id1 and parent integer leader of y equals to what, find id2 and parent. If leader of x is not equals to leader of y, then we need to merge them since they belong to the same group. So let's merge them. So if rank of leader of x is greater than rank of leader of y, so what we will do, parent of leader of y equals to leader of x. Else if rank of leader of y is greater than rank of leader of x, then what we will do, parent of leader of x equals to leader of y. If both are same, then we can make any one of them as parent. So parent of leader of x equals to leader of y and plus rank of leader of. So we are done with this part. So let's write the find function also. So we need to write a find function, public, not public, simply integer find integer x and vector of integer reference parent. If x equals to parent of x, then we will simply return x. Otherwise what we will do, we will return parent of x equals to find parent of x comma parent. Okay, so till now what we have done, a lot of part we have already done. So we have assigned a unique id, we have made them into groups. Now what we have to do is that we have to traverse on all the unique IDs and store it in this data structure, like which group do you belong. All the people means all the emails belonging to the same group will be together. So for that, what we can do is, what we can use is that what I am storing is something like this: unique ID 1 along with all the names, unique ID 2 along with all the names. So this can be used, stored using what? An unordered map of integer comma vector of string. This is can be used, so we are going to do that. So let's make an unordered map, unordered map of integer and vector of string map 3. So one by one I need to traverse on all the unique IDs, and I have made a what, this particular map which stores what, all the emails along with the name it points to. So I can get the unique IDs from this particular map. So let's traverse that for pair of string comma string, pair of string comma string element in map to. Okay, so this, what does this pair of string comma string contains? It contains what? Email and along with the name. So this particular first item, this is what? First, and this is second item. So we need to access what? The first item, because we are interested in email. So what we will do? Integer, what we need? Email. Email equals to what? Element dot first, right? Now we'll get the unique ID. So integer ID equals to what? Map 1 of email. Okay, now what I need, after getting the ID, I need to add it in front of the ID. So ID is okay. Yeah, this is ID, but not only ID, we need something like this. If we get the ID, we get 2, but we need to find to which particular group this ID belongs to. So we need to find the leader also. So let's find leader. So integer leader of x equals to find ID comma parent. Okay, now we will add map 3 of leader of x. Okay, leader of x, we have to add this particular string. So map on of leader of x dot push back this email. Right, we are storing emails, so we will be able to make this. After this loop, we have some structure like this. After this loop, we got a structure like this. John in front of 0, we have all this. In front of 3, we have all this. Now what we have to return is that we have to convert this 0 into the name, Mary into its name, 4 into the name, and return something like this. What we will do is that we got something like this 1, and name is something like this John 00. We have this particular map of string comma string. So what we will do, all these email IDs belong to the same person only. So I can ask to any one of them that what is the name of the person you belong to. So I will ask to the 0th person, what is the name of the person you belong to. So if, let's suppose this tells us that I belong to XYZ, so I will make another, I will, what I will do, I will make another vector of string. I will add this XYZ into it. Then I will sort this, since I want to return the emails in sorted order. So I will sort this emails list, and one by one I will add the element into this particular vector of string, and I will return this. Okay, that is what we are going to do. First, let me write the code, and I will be able to explain more better. So for pair of integer and vector of string element in map 3. Okay, so string, what will be the name? Name will be element dot second of 0. Element dot second of 0 will give us what? It will give us email. Now string name will be what? Map 2 of email. Okay, now I got the mail. Now I need to make another vector of string. So vector of string, let's make result dot push back this particular name. Now I need to sort this email list. Okay, so sort element dot second dot begin and element dot second dot, and finally what I will do one by one for auto, write auto for string ampersand items in element dot second. What I will do, this result dot push back items. We need to return a vector of string, so let's make a vector of string answer. Finally what I will do, answer dot push back result, and finally return answer. So what I'm doing over here is that this particular pair of integer comma integer, what is this containing is that it contains what, 1 along with the list of strings, that is AB, John 00, John New York, and all that stuff. So what I'm doing, I'm first asking to this particular guy, what is the name of the person you belong to over here, what is the means email. I got this email, then I have this particular map which stores what, this map stores email. If we give it an email, it gives us a name. So if we will give it John 00, it will tell us it belongs to John. So I'm using this to get the name of the person. Okay, then what I'm doing, I'm making another vector of string. Since we have to return vector of string, that is array of strings we have to return, so I am making a vector of string, and in this string first what I am doing, I am adding the name of the person, because that is the format in which we have to return the answer. First I have added the name. Okay, after that what I have to do is that this is the list of the peoples, but we have to emails of the people, but we have to return it in the short order. So what I am doing is that I am shorting it, element dot, I am shorting using this particular line. This is doing nothing but sorting it. Okay, after sorting one by one, I am adding the elements into this list. Okay, and I have made a vector of string. This is the final, that is we have to return with the name answer. After this I am adding this vector of string into this answer and returning this answer. It will return something like this, array of string. Okay, so this is what we are doing. So this is for the coding part. So we are done with the code. So yeah, so we are done with the code. So for now the test cases have not been uploaded in our portal, so I will not be able to submit it over here. So but what you can do is that by the time you will code, the test cases will be updated, so you can try to submit the question. Then this is, and it is the solution for this question. So I hope that the solution would have been clear to you guys and you have enjoyed the video.